Hey everyone, I'm Big John, and welcome to another episode of the Diz Ability Show. This week, coming to you from the villas, the treehouse villas at Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa. That's right, we are once again at Walt Disney World, which you probably have guessed from yesterday's big upload. So this week I want to talk to you about the DAS Pass or Disability Pass. Now I did an on-location tip for this yesterday while I was at Epcot. I haven't uploaded it yet. And yesterday at the airport I met a family who had some disabilities, and who have been here before but never even heard of the DAS Pass system. So because this is really what this channel is all about, helping people with disabilities, and that is exactly what this pass does. So what you do is that you go to the guest relations in front of any one of the 4 parks, or if you're at the Magic Kingdom, you can also go to City Hall to get it done. What it does, it will have they will scan the magic band of the person who has disabilities. Then you'll have the pass. Now what it does is that you go to any of the attractions, you go to a cast member with a tablet, you can ask them if you can get a return time. They'll scan your magic band, give you a return time, and also there's an option to just get a return time through the My Disney Experience app on your phone. There's another way you can do it, but I like the in-person connection, because the interaction between guests and the cast members is extremely important here at Disney. So anyway, yeah, you'll get a return time, go enjoy the rest of the park, and when your ride time comes around, go back to the attraction, put your magic band on the Mickey thing. It'll turn blue, then the cast members say, yep, you're good to go. So that's very convenient, especially if you don't want to wait forever in line. So anyway, that's my tip. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, and I'll make sure it gets to a future episode. Now it's time for this week's Top 5. So, this is our first time ever staying at the Treehouse Villas. This is just for one night, because we're going to be going over to Shades of Green later, the military resort. But the Treehouse Villas is amazing, and so this week I want to talk to you about my top 5 first impressions about Saratoga Springs in general. Number 5, the pools. Now, the pools here are tiny, short, no water slides, which if you're a water slide guy like I am. But we went into it last night around 8:45, and when I first stepped in this heat into the water, I was like, that felt cool, especially after a warm day at the park. Number 4, getting around this place. Now, according to my parents who walked around it yesterday, they say it's a 1.5 mile walk between here and the actual Saratoga Springs. Which, if you want to get your exercise, which if you're at Disney, it's pretty much what you're doing. But yeah, if you want to get to like the shops and the locations and stuff, you're gonna want to do it. You don't want to walk over there. And number 3, speaking of the restaurants, they have a great food court place, the Artist Palette. It has great options, great food options, a wood fire pizza oven, which for me. And yeah. Number two is the treehouse itself, because Because fun fact, the tree houses used to be its own standalone resort from the 70s all the way up to like the 90s and stuff. Then DVC decided to reopen the Treehouse Villas as part of the Saratoga Springs Resort. And when I first walked in there, it was amazing. You could put a family of like 8 in there, because it has like 2 bedrooms, bunk beds, and a couch that I believe turns into a bed. I wasn't successful trying to figure that out, but I'm assuming so. And 2 bathrooms, which if you have a family of 8, it really comes in handy. And my number one thing about Saratoga Springs is that back in the 90s, it used to be a resort called the Disney Institute. Now, this was back during the Eisner era. Eisner, if you're watching, we miss you. Anyway, the Disney Institute was a Disney resort where you could go to learn things, take classes on cooking and rock climbing and how to do theatrical makeup or make a stick figure or canoe. But of course, who wants to go to Walt Disney World to take classes? Am I right? But it was a good effort, but I think now is Saratoga Springs. I think it's better because it's DVC, the second DVC resort ever made here on property and in general. And I kind of like it. It was good for one night. So anyway, if you've ever been to Saratoga Springs before, let me know in the comments and tell me what your thoughts of it are. So anyway, we have a whole lot coming up this week. We are here in Florida, as I mentioned, for my birthday trip, and it's gonna be a wild week of fun, which means a lot of wild content is on the way, and we haven't even finished up with the April stuff yet. So when I come home from Florida, I'll continue with the April stuff. Then whatever I haven't uploaded this week from this trip will be uploaded somewhere after. And remember, on this trip, we are just a few subs away from 800. So be ready for that. Be ready. So anyway, that's my show. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, and I'll make sure it gets to a future episode for this week's shout-outs. First, a very special shout-out to my buddy Michael from Mousepiration. Today is his birthday, so happy birthday, Mike. Hope to see you this week. Now for our main shout-outs this week, make sure you check out my friend Holly over at Just Little Holly. She does the cutest toy unboxing videos. Definitely check her out. Also, make sure you check out my friend Mark Valentine's Diz Live podcast. He's also doing it. He's also started a podcast called And Company with Greg from Chip and Company. Make sure you guys check that out. Also, make sure you check out my friend Katie over at Popping the Popcorn, where she does movie reviews and a live show called Creators Corner, which I was on a couple months ago, which was pretty cool. So make sure you check her out. Also, if you want the Disneyland perspective of things, make sure you guys check out Fresh Baked Disney for the latest Disney news and gossip. Make sure you guys subscribe to WDW Magazine. If you haven't yet subscribed here yet to the Big John Network, what in the Walt Disney World are you waiting for? And tap the bell for notifications so you never miss a second of the fun. And until next time, may the mouse be with you.